So welcome to my second show of the Crush It social show. I know I said it would be weekly and I kind of messed up already, but I will try to make it weekly. And if not, it will come out regularly, but I promise I will try to make it weekly. So in this week's show, I have examples from AKC, the American Kennel Club, Jeep, a local business in my area called Pooch that does doggy day camp, a restaurant in Paraguay, and Wendy's. So a lot of different brands and businesses and types of businesses that you can learn from and use examples in your own business. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, and if you have brands that you follow that you're inspired by, certainly let me know so I can check them out on Facebook too. And make sure you join my free Facebook group so that we can talk more about social media marketing and you can connect with other entrepreneurs as well. Okay, so today we are going to start with American Kennel Club. So what I wanted to show you guys was American Kennel Club's page and something that I like that they're doing called Meet the Breed of the Day. So we'll scroll down and you can see that they post Meet the Breed of the Day with a picture of the breed. And what's cool is that people start engaging with them and posting comments with photos of their dog with whatever breed of the day it is. So if we go up here, you'll see previous posts. This day they did Meet the Breed of the Day and it was Shiba Inu. It's a little cut off right now from my screen, but hopefully you'll see people start posting photos of their dogs. So what I really like about this strategy is that it's so simple and easy to recreate for you, whether you have some sort of dog. I mean, if you have some sort of dog business, this is genius. Meet the breed of the day or meet the dog of the day. Like I can see someone who's in, let's say, a doggy daycare business or dog walking business featuring their a different dog every day, which actually just reminded me off the cuff. I wanted to show you an example of that. Just reminded me. I think it's called Pooch. Yes. So this is a local business in my area, and they do doggy daycare and dog walking. And each day, let's just scroll, they're posting pictures of the dogs that they are that are with them in their care or whatever. So this dog is boarding with them. And it's just a great way to engage the fans, especially the dog's owners. The dog's owners are loving having their dogs featured. So a way for you to recreate this is be creative and think about how you can feature a new item or product or photo every day. So I also have a health and fitness blog. So what I've been doing in February is trying to feature a new stretch every day. And I've missed a few days here and there, but for the most part, I've been trying to take a photo and post a new stretch every day. So think about what can you do. If you're in retail, feature a new item every day or something that's on the rack that you think your fans would enjoy, or like that is maybe more off the cuff that they wouldn't think to look at while shopping. I don't know. There's so many options, but this is probably the easiest content that you can do on a daily basis or even 2 to 3 times a week. Like people always make excuses like, I don't know what to post, but this is so easy for you to do, and there's really no excuse to not be posting every day or every other day or whatever with a theme similar to this. Okay, so next we are going to look at Jeep. So what I found this post by Jeep, what's your weekend adventure? And I wanted to highlight this because in the last show I did, we talked about how you don't need fancy photo equipment and all that to take cool pictures and post them on social media. They might have used a fancy camera for this, but it also looks like it could have been taken with an iPhone and edited with Snapseed or Visco or anything like that. And you'll see it got 180 shares, 6.1 thousand reactions, and and 77 comments. So the cool thing is they posted, what's your weekend adventure with the Jeep? And then similar to the dog thing, people start posting pictures of their Jeep. So I've done this for my clients as well. where we feature, let's say, a smoothie, and we ask people to post photos or their own recipes of what smoothie they had that day or what their favorite smoothie is, things like that. Anything that you can get people to answer to will increase your engagement on your page. So that's why I liked this Jeep post, and lots of cool photos. And the thing is too that now Jeep can use these photos for their own content. Like they can repurpose it as long as they're obviously giving photo credit to the person. That's why I think on this first one, they commented, please send us an email. We'd love to hear more about your adventure. And they'll probably reuse that. And I know that I've seen Jeep. Let's see if I can keep scrolling. These are all photos from people. Here's another cool picture. And there's the photo credit, Chris H. So if you are going to use someone else's photo, just make sure that you credit them. You can tag them on Facebook, you can tag them on Instagram, or you can, let's say they have an Instagram handle but not Facebook. What I usually do is just put photo by Instagrammer and then whatever at Patty Rivas 13, which is mine. Okay. So next I wanted to show you this. I know it's in Spanish, but I'll explain why I wanted to feature this one. So this is a small coffee shop, like cafe in Paraguay, which is where I'm from and my family's from. So we try to go back every year or two, and we just discovered this place this past year that we were there, and it's amazing and delicious. So what they do with their Facebook page. They have a lot of good engagement and people commenting on their stuff, but their photos aren't anything great. So you'll see my theme here is that you just don't need to wait until you have the latest camera, the latest equipment, or Photoshop, XYZ, whatever, to produce good, engaging content. So let's scroll. We've got a picture of a sandwich that they now are featuring, a veggie sandwich, and again, nothing fancy here with the photo. As long as you can make the photo appealing in some way along with your caption, people will engage with it. We've got this brownie, chocolate brownie type cake thing, and you'll see they added their logo to it, which I really like too. So, if you're creating your own images such as photos like this or quotes, tips, anything that's going on an image, and you want to brand it, I would definitely recommend doing so. You can add your logo or your website. I just would make it small. Like this is a good size. You can make it that size or even smaller. So it's not, standing out so much, and then you just kind of seem a little spammy. And other photos of theirs don't have their logo like this one. So this one was for Valentine's Day, and they're sharing their cupcakes, sharing a painting or a chalkboard drawing that they have in their cafe. We've got showing like thermoses they're selling. So my point with this example is that, like I said, all you need is your iPhone. Take a picture, edit it, brighten it, add some saturation, whatever, and you can make a good photo and get people engaging with it. My favorite photo editing apps are Snapseed and Visco. So when I'm thinking I'm probably going to add a filter or anything like that, I use Visco. When I just want to edit a photo and edit the contrast, saturation, brightness, and all of that, I use Snapseed. Okay, so let's go to my last example, which is Clearasil. So Clearasil, obviously they do have these images that are more marketing, and they have videos, so this will be a little bit tougher to recreate unless you have a marketing team, but that's not why I wanted to show you Clearasil. What I like about Clearasil is that they have a whole theme and voice, which is important for you to consider too. So their theme and voice is that they're targeting teenagers, but they purposely make fun of themselves and admit, we don't really know what teenagers want. So that's why their slogan, which you can see here, we know your acne, we just don't know you. So they post things that are like so cliche teenagers, like the cheerleaders, for example, but they're just making fun of themselves, and that's what I think attracts the teen group. So they're like just being sarcastic. So even though this post is old, what I wanted to show you guys is how they interact with their audience. A lot of people are nervous about
having a certain voice on social media and offending people or getting in trouble or whatever, but you can have a good, funny, sarcastic voice if it fits your brand. So you have to think about what you want your voice to be for your brand. So here someone says they look like happy people, but seriously try and make them look more like cheerleaders instead of models. And so Clearasil comes back with like another photoshopped image, just making fun of themselves. Here they're where they've got pom-poms, and does this work? The person says, no. And I feel like most people, when they see the person responded, no, they would be like, oh shoot, like I shouldn't have done that. It was so corny, or I don't know, something like that. Clearasil just responds, darn it. And that's it. The next image, someone says, I seriously thought, oh my God, their stomachs are showing jokingly when I first saw this. Clearasil responds with a photo. Is it less shocking if their stomachs are covered? And they, again, photoshopped it. So, and then the person responds, I'm laughing so hard. A resounding success. And then they've got a mix of like customer service type comments too. But I think the point here for you to take away is that you need to think about what your brand voice will be and be consistent with that. No one's saying you have to be sarcastic and like that at all times. You can see here that when people have serious questions, Clearasil is responding in a serious way. We messaged you, or you can please call us, things like that. But they can still be playful. And I think a lot of businesses and brands are kind of nervous to be playful on social media, but they really shouldn't be, because I feel like that's what will make you stand out. And that's why Wendy's, I don't know if you all saw, was in the news recently for tweeting back and forth with someone and just being snarky and sarcastic. And I'll show you this one last thing. An example of how Wendy's responds to people on their social media. Okay, so I thought this was funny. They posted just showing their burgers and their fries. And someone responds, what is this? Hey, Jerry, hand me that towel and apple box over there. This plate isn't cutting it. Making fun of Wendy's for using this crate, which honestly, when I saw the photo, I was like, why is this all in a wooden box? And Wendy's just goes back and is sarcastic. That is exactly the conversation these people had, and they're just playing along with their fans. I need this in my life. Unfortunately, there's no Wendy's in my city. And then they respond with a road trip. So if you scroll down, you'll see what their voice is. If I get 4x4 for $4 at 4 o'clock, do I get a bonus? Wendy says that may cause a rift in the space-time continuum. They're using emojis. They're being playful with it, but it all depends on your audience and what you want your voice to be. So definitely make that an exercise. If you don't already have a brand voice, make that an exercise for this week and really get down to the nitty-gritty of who is your audience and what do you want your brand voice to be. And you can even think of like a brand or a celebrity that you would want to portray. So like how Beyonce, is Sasha Fierce on the stage. Like you could think of it that way. Like my brand will be like Wendy's when I'm posting online. So you're always channeling whoever you have. Or like my brand will be like Jonah Hill. And so every time you're posting and typing, you're like, what would Jonah Hill say? Okay, that's it for today. Come back next week and stay tuned for more examples from other businesses and brands.